Hi there, this is Ronnie from UK Fruitfest and YouTube. Thank you for watching. Let's turn this around a little bit. The question I want to answer today is about certifications and courses in the raw vegan kind of scene, raw food scene and all that. Because someone was asking, and you see sometimes people say this like, oh, I want to help people with this, I want to go to the next level, I want to be a leader or whatever they want to do. They want to make this into a lifestyle, into a living for themselves. So they're looking to maybe go to some program or course or certification or whatever to help them with that, obviously. And it's a big thing for a lot of people to get training, to get the right education, the right information. It's really important, super important for people. So I totally understand that. And I can understand as well with things like, specifically working with people with the raw chef kind of training thing, that kind of stuff, and all that stuff. So what we really find in terms of kind of certifications within the raw vegan movement, a lot of them, there's definitely chef training things out there. Raw chef schools, raw chef courses, raw chef stuff. There's ones actually all over the world, really. Not a huge amount, but there are some. And I've known people that have went to those that aren't even raw vegan. And this is my thing about certifications, right? I run the UK Fruitfest. There is not one of these certification programs out there that will compare at all to coming to UK Fruitfest. As an experience, the amount of education you'll get, the people you'll meet, the contacts you'll make, all that kind of stuff, nothing compares to that. Nothing will compare to that at all, right? Especially the last few years, where we've had like biggest influencers in the movement and all that all come together, right? Whereas you go to a certification, you go to something with someone teaching you about raw food stuff or whatever, like, what are you really thinking you're going to get out of it? And this is what the certification thing comes down to. It's actually about a person getting permission to go forward and help people out. They feel like they need some kind of legitimacy, some permission, something else. But just think about every course, like university level course, whatever you want. The only difference between like a university course and a course that a random person makes up, the only difference is that a university course, you're a little bit more assured that it's more accredited in terms of there is outside independent people reviewing the course to make sure it's of a certain standard and all that. But basically it's just people making something and other people saying, yeah, that's okay, and everything else. That's all it is. It's just people making stuff. There's no kind of official, it's not coming down from the gods. It's people. When I went to university, to Glasgow University, then another university, like, it was, what I realised is we're just going through a textbook. It's just a guy taking us step by step through a textbook, and then, an exam at the end of it. And that's what every course was. It was like one, maybe two textbooks at most, and you're just going through the book. Here's some questions on it. What have you learned about, and all that stuff. That's all it was. So that's what most courses are, really. It's just going through information. But I think that there's a lot of people looking for this certification thing. And it's always frustrating me because I'm like, I've seen people that have decided to go to some certification, and I'm like, really? They've decided to do that instead of UK Fruitfest. You're really going to do that instead of what we're offering? And it made me realise that what a lot of people are looking for, or don't realise they're looking for, is, as I say, they're looking for, they think that this is going to connect them to some kind of career or job or something else, or the information's going to somehow, that's the thing that's holding them back, that after they get this, then they can take it to the next level. It might also be that people like to hold themselves back. They're too scared to actually go forward and take control of their life and do things for themselves and all that kind of stuff. They don't want to push themselves out there. They don't feel legitimate amongst friends and family and other people if they've not got some kind of letters behind their name or certification. Now there's a few situations in life where you need that, and most people should do higher education to some degree or another, probably. But within this raw food thing, there's not really a lot of like, it's not like university, it's not like college, it's not like it's taught in a school or I don't know if there's any place that has that kind of level where it's been accredited by independent authorities, because the whole idea is still kind of a new yet ancient idea. And it's one of the questions that comes up as well. If you offer something, people are like, well, where's your accreditation from? Where's your this? There's no accreditation for me. I didn't get any qualification about running UK Fruitfest. I still don't have any qualification to run an event. Zero. I don't have any qualification to run an event, to promote an event, to speak at an event. Well, actually, I've done Toastmaster stuff, so I've got some training in speaking. But basically, all of that stuff has been stuff that I've had to learn through experience and independently, just figuring things out. Because I wanted to do this, so I'm not going to hold myself back and go, I'm going to do an event management course. You know, the amount of people that do that and never run an event is like huge amount of people. So what I found out as well, because sometimes people would ask me about doing a fruit festival or whatever, and then I found out that some of them go on like training things for running festivals. Like I didn't know there was this like education out there. There's like certifications for that. There's certifications for like everything. Why? Because very few people are brave enough to go out and do something. They want someone else to certify them to do it or something, and somehow that process, like really think through in your mind, when you get that piece of paper and you go home with that piece of paper certificate, what is going to happen? That's not a magic ticket to anything. I had a guy who's been a 20-year raw foodist, and he's been helping people for like nearly 20 years as well. Physiotherapist, doctor of physiotherapy and all that stuff. Spoken at a lot of events, very qualified, whatever, experience, well known, well liked. And quite recently he was going, oh, I got my holistic nutritionist certificate. I'm like, what? Why? Oh, well, it makes a difference, you know, like if you've got clients. No, it doesn't. No one gives a damn what that you've got a holistic nutritionist. That's not even I don't even know if that's a real thing, like being a holistic nutritionist. Like, what does that mean? What's holistic as compared to another nutritionist? And for me, I would never go to a nutritionist. Why the hell would I go to a nutritionist? To tell me that I need to have like this amount of dairy and this amount of protein and this amount of carbohydrates and this amount of fruit. Like what? I don't need a nutritionist. You know? Nutritionist is for people, like, you got to understand the NHS. Vast majority of people that go to doctors, and these are people who have basically said, I am not prepared to take control of my health. Most people that are going to doctors, apart from people that have been in accidents and a few other things, that things are beyond your control, but the majority of people are going there like, I can't take care of myself, I'm not willing to change, I'm not going to eat healthy, I'm not going to do anything, please take care of me. Right? So that's the majority of people. They're going to like the doctor or whatever. They're literally, and so when the doctor goes, right, you've got diabetes or whatever, you need to go to the nutritionist, they're like, yeah, I'll go to the nutritionist. They're not listening to the nutritionist. Like, most of the time. That's why it's so frustrating for doctors, nutritionists and all that, because they have all these qualifications and stuff, they have this experience, and then no one bothers listening to them. You know, it's like some of you have been like, I want to go and qualify as a nutritionist, I want to qualify as a dietitian. Why? You spend 3-4 years to get a qualification and no one listens to you. Like, no one's going to listen to you. My friend did that, and I know other guys, they're getting chiropractic qualifications, medical qualifications. Like, they want to help people with helping people change their diet. That qualification doesn't help. Doesn't really give you any knowledge about it. Anyway, my perspective, right? You know, if you want to be a doctor, that's fine, but your job is not to help people change their diet. If you're a doctor, you know, that's not really your job. So basically, you know, yeah, people spend years doing these qualifications. I had this friend who said he did like dietetics in the US, got qualified. All of a sudden, he's got patients coming to him, And he's like, right, here's, I've found it, I've got it. Here's the diet that's going to change your life. You know, he wasn't raw. He was plant-based. He's a plant-based diet. You just need to swap this for this and this for this. See, instead of having that thing, you change to this thing. It's so easy. It's like tastes just about the same. People were like, can I still eat hot dogs? He's like, no, you can't eat hot. What about cheeseburgers? No, of course you can't eat a cheeseburger. What are you doing? Here, I've got the diet here that's gonna. I've been researching this for years. I've got the diet that's gonna change your life. What about if I just eat less hot dogs? You know, that is what he was getting, time after time after time. No one wanted to change. No one saw him as a great authority that they had to listen to, unfortunately. So you can get all the numbers and letters and qualifications in the world, and it's fun. Like, I love getting qualifications. I love education. I love being around people that are excited about education. I love being at university and college and all that stuff. And I want to do more stuff like that. I love it. I love education. I love being around intelligent, bright people who, you know, have the ability to read a book. You know, I like being in that situation, discussion, ideas. Oh, this person's way smarter than me. Excellent. You know, like it's good. It's fun. It's really great being around a lot of people that are smarter than you. You know, makes you kind of try and up your game a little bit, and you embarrass yourself saying things. And you're like, oh, I'm just wrong about everything or whatever. But it's great. You know, I love it. And that's maybe one of the appeals of it as well. But don't confuse it with this gets you a career or a something in the world of the raw vegan thing, because there's not like a raw vegan hospital out there. There's not like, I don't know, like if someone was to come to me and say, hey, I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, this, that, and the next thing, and I've never heard of them before, I don't know who they are, then I respect the fact they've got the thing, but they would probably have to do something else for me to want to help them out or work with them or promote them. I mean, if they just wanted to do an interview or they wanted me to share something about what they're doing, then I'd probably happy to do that for people. But I'd probably be happy to do that for someone that's not got any qualifications as well. You know, if someone wanted to do an interview on the channel or something, like whatever. But that said, you know, education's important. I'm not saying it's not. It would be good if we had more of a worldwide classification kind of thing. But the only people that are going to make that is me and a few others. Like, so if you're waiting for some certification thing, the only person who's going to make it is like me and a few others, because no one else can be bothered in this movement to do anything. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. People are like, I get the amount of like YouTubers and different people that I've got in touch with about coming to the Fruitfest, and they're like, oh, I need to travel, be around people, oh my god. You know, they're scared of being around people. They're scared of actually doing something actual, real, not just like making videos online. You know, there's a lot of people that just I don't know, they want to continue to play within their comfort zone, and they're not really looking to expand and help people in the way that they could. So there's a lot of people out there, certification. I know a massive amount of people who've got detoxification specialist with Robert Morse. That I don't know if he just like hands that out, like, I don't know. Does he just like throw, like, anyone that registers gets it? I don't know what it is. I've got so many friends that have that detoxification specialist. What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it make you? Does it mean that people all of a sudden want to work with you, or what? Like, the thing about, if you're making a living for yourself, you've got to understand this, and this is what people don't like. No one likes the fact that making a living means you have to deal with other human beings. That's what people don't want. They want a certification, but they don't want to find out at the end of it, okay, well, you've got this now, but you need to go and deal with human beings. I know that's a scary concept, but yeah, that's what it takes. That's really what it takes to make a living from something. If you're going to be a detoxification specialist, you're going to need to find clients continually. You're going to have to talk to many people, to many potential clients. You're going to hope to convert some of them into customers. You're going to have to provide them with a really good service after that and make sure you do well for them, get a result for them, and basically continue that process. And that's actually kind of boring in a way. Like, it's kind of boring in a way. But a lot of people would get too bored with that and they'd go back to looking at YouTube, looking at Instagram, looking at stuff, and then they run out of money, they have to go and get a job. Because most people aren't going to be like organised enough or structured enough, put the work in to create what it takes to have clients coming to you all the time, converting them into people, doing that profitably so you're not losing money all the time doing it. That's very hard. And that's really what you need to experience and understand and learn, is that side of it, which is that's the bulk of it. That process, some people call it the pipeline or whatever, it's the same in every business, but that process is what it's all about, not really the certification, which may be important. In saying all this, because so many people out there want these certifications, I will probably start them in collaboration with other people, some on my own maybe, but I'm happy to start them. If you want the Raw Vegan Chef course, if you want the Raw Vegan Educator course, if you want the How to Be a Speaker in the Raw Food Movement course, if you want all of these courses, I'm happy to create them and create the certifications and make it a really high quality level. But you do have to understand, and maybe even I would try and create a job for you at the end of it, rather than all these things that just create a certification then they throw you out. It's like, okay, go away and detox people. Okay, awesome. But a lot of the detox people I know, like, the amount of people that are like still learning about this lifestyle, who still haven't fully implemented it, who tell me they're detoxification specialist, I'm not making fun of them. I'm not making fun of them. They're very committed to it. They've taken big steps forward. They've really changed their health. They've really changed their life. They really can help people. But, you know, it's the thing is your own personal confidence in going out and getting clients. And then what does that mean? It means talking to people, helping people, working out money and all that stuff can be a bit uncomfortable for a lot of people who've not done that before. Most people probably won't charge enough to actually make it into a proper, to make it a living for themselves in reality. I mean, even look at, like, if you look at someone like Robert Morse, as much as he talks about detoxification specialist, like, as far as I can see, his business was selling herbs and products and certification courses. That's his business. I don't know if he takes on clients anymore for helping them to detox. But anyway, like, I hope everything's good for all of you. I don't want to be negative about any of these things. If you're booked in for any of these courses, detoxification specialist course and the there's the Seeds of Life raw vegan training in Bali. Doug Graham, I don't know if he's got certifications, but he's got Culinary Skills Week if you want to learn about being a raw chef as well. Trying to think of others I know. Yulia Tarbuth does a lot of information about coaching. If you want to learn from her, there's also a guy called. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people that teach about coaching, right? Personally, I've not personally done a course on coaching, on training, on how to do an event, on any of these things, on retreats, on marketing. I've not really done anything like this. I've learned a lot of it through experience. I don't really recommend you do it through experience, because it's a really hard way of doing it. So if you can find someone that can do it for you, then they can fast track you, then do that. But be aware that with all these certifications, like, at the end of it, if you come at the end of a raw chef certification, the question then is, what do you do with that? You know, the amount of people that, and the other one that I've seen that a lot of people have done is yoga teacher training. A lot of people have done that. But how many people are yoga teachers? How many people can make a living out of being a yoga teacher? Like, when you look into the economics, what would it take for you to hire a hall or hire a place or hire a studio, get clients? That's business. That's not to do with being how good you are as a teacher. It's a total miscalculation to think that if you are the best at what you do, that equals a business that works for you and people coming to you. That's not how human beings are. They cannot judge your value and how good you are. People that are coming to you for help have no ability, no experience or knowledge to be able to tell how good you are compared to a whole bunch of other people that you can tell aren't as good as you as yoga teachers, that you know aren't as good as you as a raw food educator, but they don't know that because they're just starting off and they're just looking for someone to help them out. So they're going to inevitably go to the person that's maybe the best, the most charismatic at marketing, gets their message out there, has it all organised, charges the right amount, has the whole thing, as I say, organised, has people working for them, all that stuff. And if you don't have that part of it, then it's very hard. And all you're going to be doing is going around asking people, do you need a yoga teacher? Do you need a yoga teacher? Do you need a yoga teacher? And maybe you'll find some places that do. But believe me, there's not a shortage of yoga teachers out there if you want one. There's a lot out there. So anyway, I don't know what this video is really about, but I'm just saying, like, certifications and the raw food thing. This not really a real. It's not. I don't know, but I'm going to completely contradict myself. I'm happy to set them up. I'd be happy to, as I say, work with different people to make a really good chef training course. But I would always want to add into these courses, like, here's the reality of, you know, if you want to get a job, you need to do this, you need to create this, you need to do this for yourself or whatever. I would want to always add that stuff in, the reality of it, as a big component. So anyway, thank you for watching today. I hope this wasn't discouraging for people. If you're going for some of these courses, do it. I really do think you'll get more out of the UK Fruitfest than you'll get out of a lot of these courses. Honestly, we cover everything. Probably in far more detail. We don't have an official certification at the end of it. We don't have a big test or anything. We don't give you a certificate, but in terms of the experience, I think you'll get more out of it. So anyway, fruitfest.co.uk/registration, and thank you for watching the video.